Welcome you all to the part 2 session of jumping to programs. In part 1, we have discussed about the control statement programs, live coding. We have did if statement, if else, elif ladder, and so on. Now in part 2, we are going to discuss the next part called as functions. How we can write code with respect to functions in Python. Right? We will quickly go into our IDLE compiler and we start our coding. So yes, my compiler is ready. So we'll go with functions. So how we are going to go? Usually our habit is to take a program and use it, right, for learning. So now our program is going to be a factorial of a given number. So first we need to understand what is factorial. Factorial of a given number, say 5, is represented by an operator called as this exclamatory mark in mathematics. So which is equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is equal to 120. Similarly, if I say 6 factorial, so what you will say is 6 factorial? 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So it is actually going in the reverse, starting from the number 2, 1, you multiply everything and say it. This is actually the factorial of a given number. Having a very good application in mathematics, especially in permutations and combinations. Now we will see how we can do a program to find factorial of a given number. Here our motto is to use the looping construct called as for loop, and as well as we are going to use functions. First, we will see how to use functions in Python. Very simple, just say a keyword def, that is defining a function. So def is a keyword which denotes there is going to be a function. After def, give the function name. What function name you want? Factorial. My function name is going to be factorial. I say an open brace and close brace. Inside that, I can give some parameters if any is there. Parameters in the sense inputs. I can directly pass some inputs here if needed. So that is what the function syntax is going to be. Def, a function name followed by a set of parameters. I'll write here. So this is actually this. If I see the triple quotes, it is actually multi-comment line. So syntax of functions in Python is going to be def function name. Inside the parentheses, that is brackets, I will have set of parameters. Colon, that's it. I come inside and I say set of statements. That's it. This is how the functions work. So I'll write a factorial function which will take only one input, say n. So if you give 5, I'll give 120. If you give 6, I'll give 720 and so on. So it takes an input n. So what I will do, I need to multiply all the numbers from 1 to n. So what is the basic operation here? Repeated multiplication is going to be the basic operation. So what I say, I'm going to use a for loop for I in range of n. So what is range of n? Range of operation will take all the values from 0 to n minus 1. But if I multiply any number with 0, the entire number becomes 0. So I don't want that to happen. So I say default starting point for range is 0. So I change the default to 1. For I in range of 1 to n minus 1 is the thing. If I say n, it will take only up to n minus 1. That is, if I say 5 here, it will take only up to 4. If I say 10 here, it will take only up to 9. So if I want to take 5 factorial, I need to multiply with 5 also. So what I say, 1 to n plus 1. For I in range of 1 to n plus 1, I will declare a number called as fact. Fact is equal to 1 initially. So fact is equal to fact into I. Fact is equal to fact into I. So what will happen in the first iteration? I in range of 1 to n plus 1. For initially I will be 1. So first fact is already 1. 1 into 1 will be 1. in the next iteration, that is next cycle of running the loop, I will become the second value 2. So fact is already 1. 1 into 2 is 2. Next again it goes. Next it goes to 3. So if it next 2 into 3, 6. Next 6 into 4, 24. 24 into 5, 120. It will go in the iteration and then call. If I give the value of n as 5. If I give the value of n as 6, it will go up to the 6 number. In 1 into 6 will give 120. In this way, it will actually provide. So I can say print factorial of n is n. That's why, so I can just say factorial is comma fact. I can say like this, so it will be displaying. Otherwise, if I want to say factorial of 5 is 120, like that, if I want to display, then what I can do is I can say factorial of an empty curly brace is empty curly brace. So I can fill this by using a format operation. Dot format of, inside the format function, I can write in the sequential order on how to fill this empty flower brackets. So don't think that this empty flower bracket is any data structure like set. It is a normal empty brace which is going to be filled with the value which is dynamic. So I'm going to say n comma fact. So the value of n will go to the first flower bracket. The value of fact will go to the next flower bracket. So the displaying kind will be factorial of 5 is 120. Factorial of 5 is 120. Like that it will be displayed. Otherwise, I can also use written statement. First, we will see how to use this. I will save this. My function name is going to be factorial dot py. Now, shall we run this program? So, how to run this? Go to the glum command, say F5. So, I'll get this. So, what I go to my output screen. Now, if I press F5, my output screen will appear. Yes, it came. Now, I need to call my function from here. What is my function name? Factorial. So, I say factorial. Whether this is alone my function name? No, it is having a parameter. Inside in the bracket, I give something called as n. Give the value for n. I give the value for n as 5. What I'll get? I say factorial of 5 is 120. Next, I say factorial of 6. Factorial of 6 is 720. Now, the important thing you need to understand here is I didn't run my program one more time. Repeatedly, I can call my function name alone so that the entire statement runs again and again for me. If I write a sequential code, what will happen? I need to go to my program, run it again, and or actually I should take the entire set of program lines. I want to write it one more time and then use. Instead, if I enclose everything inside a function, each time I want that particular set of lines, just I will say the function name. So what will happen? The function will display the result for me. Right? Is it clear? Very easy. So what is the essential use case of the functions? If you use function, the number of lines of code of the program will decrease. That is point number 1. Second, you will reuse the set of programs. I can reuse the set of lines. I say factorial of 5, I get the value. I say factorial of 6, reusing the set of statements with a single line. I didn't write the entire set of lines one more time for finding the factorial of 6. I didn't do that. I'm reusing the set of statements. That's what the main use case of functions. Right? So we will go into another program for functions, which will be very nice. Like I want to print a multiplication table. So what is that multiplication table? What I'm going to do with that? So we will see. So this is our first program. We will go into another program that is going to display a multiplication table. Hash represent comment line. So every program, it is a good practice to write a comment line for all the programs so that the readers will understand what actually the program is. So the thing is multiplication table, right? So if I give a number, it should print me from 1 to 10, it should print me the tables 1 into 1, 1, 1 into 2, 2. Likewise, if I give for 100th table or 2, 3, 4th table, any table it should print for me because it is a computer, it can do it. Let's see how it is going to do, right? Yes, I'll say def tables of, so it will be nice. I'm giving what input it should get. It should get an input num. Yes, I get it. Right now I need to do the same operation again and again. Here also, what is the basic operation? The basic operation is going to be multiplication. So I'm going to repeatedly do the multiplication and print the result. So what I will do is I'll use for loop because I'm going to do the same operation again and again. So what I will do, each time if I give me a any number, I'll print 10 up to 10 5 into, if you give me the number 5, I will display from 5 into 1 equal to 5 to 5 into 10 is equal to 50. So first 10 multiplication tables I will display. So for I in range of, what I say, 1 to 10, for I in range of 1 comma 10, what I should do, I should say, can directly go for a print. Print, how I should print? I'll go for a formatting thing which you have seen in the last program. That is an empty flower bracket, say for this example like something star something, sorry, is equal to something. So something in the sense there is nothing inside as for now. Now I say dot format. So what should be displayed here? Dot format of, what should be displayed here? 1 into 5 is equal to 5. 2 into 5 is equal to 10. 3 into 5 is equal to 15. 4 into 5 is equal to 20. So what is the thing going on there? Initially, I should get I, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, comma, 5, 5, all the number lines should have the same line 5. So num is having the constant value num in, then what I should do? I should say I into num. I into num is the multiplication result. I get I into num. So that's it. I got my multiplication table. I'll run my program. Tables dot py. We will see with the result. What I should do? I should say run module. So I'll go to my output screen. Yes, I ran. My output screen is visible now. I say tables of 5. Say for example, I want to display a 5 table. Tables of 5, see here, 1 into 5 is equal to 5, 2 into 5 is equal to 10. The format function is doing the task. These are all I values for I in range. You say from 1 to 10, it is displaying the thing. Sorry, I say 1 to 10, but it is displaying only up to 9. The last index is not taken. Last index, if I say 1 to 11, then only 10 will be taken, right? So that's how the thing, we can understand how easily, right? I say range of 1 comma 10, so 10 is not included. If I say range of 1 comma 11, then only 10 will be included. Then I say num in the format, so 5 is displayed. Then I said 1 into I into num, so it is displaying the multiplication result. So in this way, if you have any iterations to be done, that is, then you can go for loops and you can display the results. Another kind of looping operation that is available is while loop, which we have seen in the theory session. That is also used when you have a particular set of statements to be done repeatedly. There we will not use range function, rather than we will go with the condition direct. So here in this particular session, we have understood how to work with functions and how to use for loops. Thank you and meet you in the next Jump to Programs session.